Welcome to BMO Radio with your host, Eric Spencer, president of the Black Man's Option.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of BMO Radio. I'm your host, the Prez, Eric Spencer, and we have a special show for you tonight. We have a guest from way back in the day, a brother that has been with BMO since the beginning of its inception, and he is very dear to us. We have a very special relationship with this brother, and we call him brother because we consider him part of our family. For the ones that don't know, we are talking about my man Obi-Wan. Now I know some of y'all may not know who he is, but at the same time, we're going to give you introduction. Very famous for the famous Favela Brothers tours. We believe it's the best tour agency in Rio de Janeiro. It gives you a very in-depth, inside look at Rio outside of the regular tour spots. And he has done extraordinary things. He has a crazy story to tell you how he came from where he was in Hosina to where he is now. He has been gracious enough to come and give his story, share some time, and we're going to chop it up with him because it's actually been about 2 years since we've had a conversation with him. The last time I saw him personally, we were in Brazil in November of 2021. We were all going to the Flamingo game, and I think Flamingo was playing Polaris, I think, and they won that game. It was crazy. So without further ado, first and foremost, we want to get into a little intro for people that don't know who he is. Um, Producer Jamal, he's put together a little series of intros, and then we're going to bring Obi up.
What's up, y'all? This is Obi-Wan, and in today's video we are here in the city of God favela, and this is one of the most notorious and popular one across Rio de Janeiro. And this favela became really famous in 2002 after the movie City of God came out, so after that a lot of people started coming to Rio and they had interest to come here. And this Pedro, and he's gonna be our tour guide today. Yes. What's up, y'all? This is Obi-Wan. You already know me from the Favela Brother Tours, and I'm here in Itacaré. It's a small town 7 hours away from Salvador, and I'm in the south, and the city is about 30,000 people, so not such a big city. It's a small town, and this place is very known for ecotourism and also the wildlife. And I'm staying in that posada right there, Burundanga, and they provided me a little map. So let's go explore together and stay tuned, and I'm gonna show you what you can do here in Itacaré. Let's go! Fala galera, quem fala aqui é o Obi-Wan, diretamente da Rocinha, Rio de Janeiro. VAP, idealizador do projeto Favela Brothers. Recentemente eu me mudei aqui para Zurique. Eu gostaria de compartilhar com vocês um pouco da vida que eu vou estar tendo aqui. É meu segundo dia morando na cidade, como vocês podem ver, bastante diferente da onde eu vim, Favela da Rocinha. E é isso, galera, fica conectado. Se você gostou desse vídeo, deixe seu like, deixe seus comentários. E não se esqueça de se inscrever no canal. E é isso, muitas coisas estão vindo. E é isso, vapo, let's go!
Without further ado, welcome to the show, Obi. How you doing, man?
What up? How you doing? I'm doing great, man. I'm doing
Hey,
good.
hey, man, hey, Jamel, he be on it. He be on it, man. Hey, man, look, uh, you know, I've been
Yeah,
watching you for a minute now that you are no longer in Brazil. But first, before I get into that, we'll talk about that later. Good to see you, man. I'm glad to see that you out here
thank you.
flourishing. Congratulations on your family. And like I said
Thanks a
before, man,
lot.
your boy getting big. I know he eating
Every day,
good.
man.
hey, hey,
Every
hey,
day. He's
hey,
flirting around and all that stuff,
I
man.
know.
I'm
I
very
see him
proud
in
of
the
him,
swimming pool and everything, man.
for
But
sure.
hey, man, like I said, we're really happy for you over here at BMO, man, and we know that you put in a lot of work to get to where you are, and we just
Oh,
want
for
to bring
sure I
you up.
did. Yeah,
Yeah, we know. So we're gonna
for
get
sure
into
I
that a
did.
little bit. So, but first and foremost, so let's get into it. Tell everybody about the Favela Brothers. Damn, I'm tongue tied.
It's
And the
all good.
Favela Brothers tour, and how you got started.
What's up, y'all? This is Obi-Wan, and you might not know me. I mean, not all of you, but some of do. So, my name is Obi. I was born and raised in Rocinha. I'm 27 years old, and so basically, I'm the I'm the founder and the owner of Favela Brother Tours. You know, and I started the business when I was 18. So basically, I was encouraged by my brother to start this business, because he was already in tourism area. And back then I didn't know what I wanted to do for my career, like in terms of, work. And then I started through my brother. He put me into this. And since then I started working, I grew my business. And I have like a couple guys working for me, and I'm very proud of, for everything I've achieved. And I also want to thank you guys for having been on the tour with me. It was like a blast. I learned a lot from y'all.
Man. Hey, look,
A lot.
we learned a lot from you, man.
Yeah,
We we still talk about all the times that we had the good times together, and I know that you
yeah,
have
for
other
sure.
tours and stuff, but for us, we uh, we hold a certain special place in our heart for you, and we want to see you succeed.
Thank you so much. And I wish you all the same. I wish you like, the same. Yeah,
Hey man, but we're doing our thing. We're doing our thing. We got a
for
couple
sure,
things
for sure.
that are moving around. So let's talk about you strictly started doing Brazil, and you say you started when you were 18.
Yes, yeah.
So how were you able to grow and start that business coming from the background that you had? Uh, as far as you say, your brother inspired you, but how did you get started? I mean, did somebody have to show you the business, or did you just kind of put the business together yourself, or what?
Actually, my brother just had the idea, and I had to put all the energy, all the inspiration, all the consistency. So basically, I just started. Through word of mouth, my business started growing. Like I was being honest, like since day one, like about what I was committed to do.
Uh huh.
Like if I'm doing this, I'm gonna do it this serious. And since that day, I put all my heart, all my energy into that, and that's where I am today. So I want to inspire all the brothers to do this. I mean, not the same as I did, but the main, the key word I would say, just be consistent. Just be consistent, and at the right time, everything is gonna happen. You know.
Now, now, for you to make it out, because you're no longer in Brazil right now.
I've been out for about 2 years.
Okay, so for
Two
you to
years.
make it from where you started from, which is Hosina, at
Yes.
18 years old, and now here you are 27, and not only do you have a thriving business in Brazil, but now
Yes.
you've expanded it out to other countries. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So, as some of you guys don't know, but I can share my story with you. I met my wife 2 years ago on the tour. Just
Hold on, Obi. Your camera drifting up a little bit. You got me to bring it back down just a little bit
Oh,
more.
no problem.
Okay, all right, you're good there. There you go.
So, like, basically, I met my wife a couple years ago, like on the tour. You know.
Uh,
Since then, we got together. And got things a bit closer. So I came to visit her, and it happens. She got pregnant. Then I went back to Brazil. Then I came back. So
wait,
since 2 years, yes,
even she,
yes.
she happy to get pregnant. Hey,
Yeah,
I'm
we met in
but yeah,
January. She got pregnant in June,
okay. You
and
putting in work, huh?
last year we got married. So since 2 years of, I mean, not two. I moved here like about 2 years ago. You
Uh
know, and for now I'm just doing my business in Brazil, but my plan is to expand my business for where I am. I'm in Zurich. Because like I feel that I have all the knowledge and I also have the mindset. Like to make all this work. And for
huh.
now, I'm just doing my business in Brazil, but my plan is to expand and do the same as it did there. I want to do here.
Okay.
You
So
know,
so so all right. So you met your wife on one of the tours and everything,
exactly. Yes,
and out of that you have uh a blessing that was able to come out of that fruition of you two talking about
yes,
your little boy.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep.
yeah, you say he 50 months, over after 24 months we just say, hey, okay, we start 2 and 3 years old, but you said he 50 months.
Exactly. He's 15 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 15 months, man.
So let me get back to you being able to get out of Hosina. Just the whole situation, and you were 18 years old, but before you met
Yes.
your wife,
And
tell me
also,
about.
actually,
Go
yep,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So, like, basically, I always had in my mind, if once I get the chance to leave Rocinha, I would get out for a better situation. Or, like, to leave to another country, I would stay there. Because I never saw myself living outside of Rocinha. Like,
Never.
as a somebody who grew up there,
Yeah.
and I saw how things, is how things are outside. I was like, if I don't get out of here to a better place, I would rather stay here. And get to it just happened. I didn't plan to meet somebody, and to be in a situation that I am. It just happened all naturally. Like, you just do the good thing, and good things gonna happen.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. So uh at what point in time did you feel, because you said you started at 18, you started doing your tours and stuff, and I know
Yes.
you started getting popular with other YouTubers, people started shouting you out and stuff. Do you think that the relationship with the people that you gave tour, because you give tours to everybody. I've seen
Oh
you
yeah,
with
pretty
all
much. Yes, for like
nationalities, everything.
hundreds of people. It's
Yeah.
countless. Like, I cannot even count how many people I took on a tour.
Okay.
Yeah.
But do you think that at what point in time do you think that Favela Brothers really took off? Like you said, you started at
Mm,
18. Was it 2 or 3 years
when I
later?
was 23.
Okay, so
When
basically,
I was 23, 24.
in the last in the last 4 or 5 years, Favela
Yes.
Brothers has really
When
taken
I
off.
was 23, 24, I realized, like, now I can live off my business. I
Mm,
can, like, maintain my family with this money.
mm. Okay,
Yes, it took
okay.
me, like, I would say 5 years until I start, like, yeah.
Really grind, really be able to see
Yes.
fruition.
Be
Okay,
able to take care of my family took me 5 years.
yeah, a family that you wasn't. Now, when you say family, are you talking about
My
your
mother,
mom?
my mother in Hasim. My mom,
Okay,
yeah, my mom.
okay, okay. Because I was gonna say you didn't have the other family that you had, but
Ah,
you
no,
had.
no, no, no.
Yeah,
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 because,
yeah.
like, back in Hasim, I was just leaving my mom and I,
Uh-huh.
and I saw her as my family.
Right, of
But
course.
now I'm in a whole another, different situation. So yeah,
Okay. Now, tell me about. You said you were leaving. You never thought you would leave Hosina. Tell
yeah.
me about how you felt when you were actually leaving Brazil for good, because we were there when you had the party, our
Oh
our, our
yeah,
our
oh
dinner
yeah,
party,
right.
and you made
I
the
was kind of
announcement.
like, I had like a mix of emotion. I was happy and sad at the same time.
Yeah, because
I was sad to be leaving that for everything that for everything I built, everything I did. But I was happy to start something new. You know. So if you want to make a progress, sometimes you have to leave some stuff behind.
yeah, yeah,
And for me, it was kind of like, it was kind of mixed. I was a bit shocked about the whole situation, but I embraced myself and then I did. And I don't regret, because now I have something that I always dream of. I have a family,
yes,
like, you know,
yeah,
and
and like you said, you were doing good things happened to you, and you just happened to meet your wife on a tour, and
yes,
and from there you got married, you have a family, your little boy.
yes,
I'm pretty sure he eating
you
up all the
know,
acai that he can get his hands on.
exactly, yes. And one thing I would like to share with you guys, like, I set many goals for myself, like, professionally, personally, until I become 30, and I did all of them before I turned 30.
Wow,
I always
congratulations,
dream
man.
to have a family, have a business, and travel, and I'm doing all these three now.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, congratulations to you on that, man.
So I'm very happy for everything I've achieved. And I also really believe in karma. If you do good things can happen to you.
Well,
Yeah,
definitely good things that definitely happen for you, man. I really do.
exactly.
Every time you post, we watch and we talk
All right,
about it.
thank
Like,
you.
man, Obi doing this thing, man, for Favela Brothers, and then
Yeah.
so your brother is running the business while you're out when you're back and forth.
It's still me. I'm still running the
Oh, okay,
business since like I moved to Switzerland.
okay.
So I expanded my business. Now I have like a couple guys from Rocinha working for me. So
Hmm.
basically, one thing I've people. I mean, I still bring to me, and I also wanna share with people in Rocinha the same appreciation and love you show to me and to my business. I'm trying to show to people there.
Okay,
Like I wanna do the same thing that you guys did it to me. I wanna do to people there.
okay.
Like you came to the business, you helped me, we helped my family, and I'm very grateful for all that stuff. And I'm in a position that now is my time to help other people too.
There you go. There you go.
It's
Pay
my
it
time
forward.
to help other people.
Pay it forward,
I
man.
want to play forward, and my message to the guys that work with me, the same I'm helping you, I wanted to help other people
Now, yeah,
because I know I'm not gonna change the road, but I want to change the people around me,
right.
around my circle.
Right, right, right. You don't have to change the world, but you can change the people in your circle and give them that same
Exactly.
message.
That's
Yeah,
that's the whole point.
yeah.
Yeah.
So is it different now that you go back home? Because I know you've been back home like one time. Because I seen your your
I
your
did
your
last year.
mother.
Yes, I did last year. Went there for 10 days. Yeah.
Uh
And
huh.
people see me different now. They don't see me like as I used to be.
Yeah. Because
They don't
I
see
think
me
in the
like the same
picture
way.
with your mother holding your son, and you can just see how happy she is just to
Oh
have
yeah.
that grandson and everything, and to see the success that you had getting out of
Oh yeah.
Jose.
She was very happy. She was very happy. You know,
Yeah.
because I
Does she,
was not even like, if you ask me this question like 3 years ago, what do you see yourself in the future, like in 5 years? I would never say I would be in the situation that I am now. But I knew that at some point it would happen.
well, see
I
that.
would like set, have my family, do my stuff, be happy. I mean, I was happy before, but I'm even happier now, to be honest.
Man,
You
hey,
know.
look, like I said, we've been with you during the process. We've seen you grow. We've been able to support any way we can.
Yeah, and I'm very
And
grateful for that. I'm very thankful. Yeah.
man, but let me ask you a question. So now that you have conquered Rio, are you thinking about expanding to other parts of Brazil? Maybe
Uh
Salvador or
Maybe yes, maybe yes, yes,
or
yes.
São Paulo?
The thing is, I really want to expand the business. My main thing is like to find somebody that I can trust.
Very, very
Because
true.
all the trust you put on me, I want to put on somebody else, but I want to see if they're on the same page.
Right, right. Because you got to deal with people with the
But
same
that's the whole
mentality.
point.
Yeah. Hey,
Exactly.
look. Hey, look. And we know how things can happen in Brazil. Somebody you think is supposed to be, good partner business relationship, and they end up stealing your business. So,
Exactly. And
so.
also, I can tell you that I've been like to Turkey recently, last year. I mean, last week. I was in Turkey for 3 weeks,
Hmm.
and people try to scam me from all the sides, all day, all night. Like try to get money out of people and do this and do that, and remind me a bit of Rio. And I was like, if I was one of these guys, probably I wouldn't get to the point that I am now.
Wow.
So I want to be honest about like what I'm doing, you know,
Exactly.
because I see money as part of what you do. If you do good things, money will flow naturally.
Right. Right. Right.
But if you
Right.
do bad, you only get money once, and you're not gonna see the same money again.
Well, okay. So that's
you
that's
know?
interesting. So let's talk about that. So you've left Rio, you left
Yes.
Brazil. What other countries have you been to?
I've been to Portugal, France, Spain, Albania, Turkey. I've passed through Italy. I went to Kosovo, Macedonia, Australia,
Damn.
Argentina, Uruguay. Yes.
Okay, well, you getting it in there. You collecting stamps too.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been like quite a few places, man. I've been
Yeah.
quite a few places.
Now, how did that make you feel to be able to experience? these different countries.
I feel blessed, to be honest. I wouldn't say I'm lucky. I feel blessed
Now,
because you're lucky when you're not prepared yourself for that situation. It just happened, and I kind of prepare myself mentally, physically to have all these things that's happening now to my life. So I feel like I'm very blessed, to be honest.
okay,
You know, so good. God's looking after me. That's how I see it.
hey,
God's
hey,
looking
yeah,
after me.
hey, the Redeemer is going with you, huh?
Yeah, exactly, man. Like in Brazil, you're all Catholic. That's right. Put God first
Right.
and let Him guide you.
Well, he's guided you to
Yeah,
definitely a better place. Now, when you say
exactly.
when you go back when you go back to Hosina and the people that saw you grow up, they said you say they look at you different. How
Oh
does
yeah,
that
for sure. Yeah, I like from some people, the way that I see me is like they never thought I would get to the point that I am now.
we call them
Imagine like
haters? We call we
somebody like, sorry.
I said we call them haters over here in the States.
Exactly. Some of people like you never thought I would get to the point that I am now, and you say congratulations. It's like I don't want to get any compliment from you because if I didn't make to this point, you wouldn't be acting like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right, right.
So I have like very few people like in my circle that if they say congratulations because they want me to see good like since like long time back ago.
Uh-huh.
Like when you're nothing, when you make it, it's like, okay, I was trusting you, you would make it. But some people, oh, really, you did it? It's like, so you didn't want me to make it? You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. Yeah,
You didn't
definitely,
want me to,
definitely,
like, how
definitely.
people react is like, how you surprised, You never thought I would make it? Or what?
Well, you know what? I remember a conversation that we had one time, and you were talking about the mentality of the people
Oh,
in
yeah.
favela and how you were able to overcome that. Uh, One of the things that I know that you told me was that you learning English helped you a lot,
Oh, it
and
did. Yeah, it did for sure.
yeah, and you
Yeah,
learned English on your
because
own.
knowing English, living in a favela, you would be like different from like 80% of the people who live there. They make you like seem to be special. You have like extra skills and stuff like that. But no, I just put so much energy to make it happen, to learn the language that it just happened naturally. It just happened naturally.
So you didn't go
While
to
people were,
you didn't go to school
sorry?
for it or anything. You just learned English
Not
on your
really, not really. Yeah, no, yeah. Basically, I was learning English through like doing the tours every day. And I had like a couple of people help me out, to improve the skills and like to improve like the conversation skills, the writing, and all that stuff. And I'm very blessed and very thankful for these people, you know. And I know who are the people who help me. If they
yeah,
come right now, it's like I know who you are, I know what you did to me, and as much as you did, I'm gonna give back to you. You
definitely,
know,
definitely.
exactly.
Now, let me ask this question because
Yeah.
you say you had the haters when you come back. Was,
Oh,
was
of
that
course, I always.
was that male and female, or did the female look at you a little different
Most
now?
males, both. Yeah, it can be both. Yeah,
Yeah,
especially in the hood, like the females, when you have nothing. I mean, in terms of like financially, they don't
right.
look at you. When they see you make money, they want to look at you. It's like they don't want to be around you. It's like you know.
Yeah,
When I
yeah,
had
yeah.
nothing, you didn't want to talk to me. Now I have something you want to talk to me. Like get the fuck out of here. That's not the way I'm saying. But yeah, like no,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
definitely. I know that's that's a big thing anywhere you
There's like
go.
worldwide. It's like everywhere. It's not just in
Right.
Brazil. There's everywhere.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
Now,
everywhere.
now, I know a lot of Brazilians go to Lisbon. Uh, Give me your
Oh, I've been
perspective.
to Lisbon before. Yes, I've been to
Yeah, yeah,
Portugal.
yeah, yeah. Tell me about that spot.
Like Lisbon is cool. As an American citizen, I would recommend you guys to go to Lisbon because U.S. dollars has a lot of value, like in the Portuguese culture. Like
Okay.
because the minimum wage there is $800 a month.
Wow.
It's $800. I like eight
Wow.
hundred euros.
Right.
You know, if you earn like a couple thousand living in Portugal, you can live good. You can live good.
So
And
so
also in Brazil for the same amount, like, you know.
yeah, yeah. Brazil is going through a couple of changes. With the recent of Lula coming into
Oh
office,
yeah. Oh yeah,
and
for sure.
I know things are changing down there too. But for you coming from Brazil and going to a lot of European countries and stuff, and you still say that they still have the same mentality everywhere you go worldwide. But is it a more opening, more welcoming like Brazil, or there are some places where you experienced that you didn't quite feel welcome
In
there?
some places they don't really care of where you're from. But in East side Europe, they are very welcoming, especially to black people. East Europe.
East Europe. That's
No,
interesting.
like no, it's I don't know if it's I think it's like west side, like the side of Russia. I don't know. I think that's east side, right?
Yeah,
You're on.
like the Slavic countries like Slovenia, places
Yeah, it's
like,
like yeah. I would say like in Islamic country, they're more welcoming. They're
and
more
that's
welcoming.
interesting. That's really
They're
interesting
more
because
welcoming. Yes, they're more welcoming.
uh,
Like
uh,
where
uh,
I am, they just like they don't really care. It's like if you're from Brazil or not. It's like because where I am now is multicultural. You see people from all over the world. So
mm.
you're just another one. But when you go to a place that's not multicultural, they feel like, oh, where you from? I want to get to know about you, like stuff like that.
So when they walk up to you, do you speak English first or Portuguese first?
Where I'm at, I'm learning German and I'm speaking German here to people.
Okay, so you got English,
And I'm learning
Portuguese,
German.
and you learning German.
Yes, and I speak Spanish at work. I speak English. I speak Portuguese. Yeah.
So you got four languages on your belt,
Yes. Yeah.
and I still can't speak English.
Yeah, like here in Switzerland, if you willing to live here, you must learn the local language. You must learn German. I
So
mean, they're all super welcoming to you as a tourist, but
right,
if you live here, they look at you differently. It's like in the US. You move to the US and you don't speak English, what are you doing here?
right, got you.
You know what I'm saying? That's the same way.
Now,
Bro.
is it easier to learn German now that you speak multiple languages? Do you think?
It's kind of hard, but step by step, I'm learning the language. Yeah,
Now,
I'm getting over the barrier every day. I would say, I'm trying to improve the 1% every day. You know.
what? Yeah, like you said, consistency is the key.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. Exactly. And now I have family. Can I just, say, oh, I cannot? No, I have to do it. you know.
right. You have to do it. You have to do it.
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
now,
like
now,
for example, recently I felt that my job is not so good, but I was in a job interview, and in the back of my head, it's like I have to speak to this guy in German because I have a family and I have to feed my family. And I
right,
was like naturally speaking German to the guys because I embrace myself. It's like, yo, if I make mistakes, at least I'm trying to speak to them. And they say, oh, you're really improving your language skills because you're trying to speak. Because some people they don't even try to do that. That's one thing I've been learning every day. It's like don't be afraid to make mistakes because we all gonna make mistakes, and that's it. If you don't make mistakes, you will never learn it.
that's definitely true.
you
Definitely
will
true.
never learn it.
I'm definitely still trying to learn this Portuguese, but it's been beneficial. And it is my fault because my consistency has not been there. I've been doing other things, as you can see with us, Black Man's Option. We've been going to South
Yeah, of
Africa
course.
now, and it was funny because we ran into some people that spoke Portuguese, and I didn't understand. I didn't know that they
Oh, you
spoke.
didn't understand?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I didn't understand that they were on the continent, Mozambique. They speak Portuguese with and Angola.
Oh yeah, Mozambique. Yeah, they
Yeah,
speak Portuguese with the dialect.
yeah, with the dialect, and so it was
Dialect.
interesting to meet people on the continent that spoke Portuguese. So I was like, I'm not quite there yet, but they had the same sentiment. At least you were trying, and they were able to speak
Yeah,
Portuguese
it's like
back.
everywhere. It's not just like in Mozambique, but I would say like in most of the countries.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
people want to see that you're making effort to speak, the local language, and people they really appreciate that. In Brazil, it's like that too. I would say.
oh yeah, I
If
know.
you go to Brazil, you speak Portuguese to a beautiful woman on the beach. They're like, "Oh, you at least you speaking Portuguese. Your Portuguese is great. This and that." Like, dude, just the fact you're trying, they appreciate it.
Right, right. So
You
the lesson
know,
here, fellas, is if you're going to some place that speaks a different language, at least be able to learn certain
just
phrases.
the basic.
The
Like
basic.
just the basic. Yeah, the basic phrases. Like know how to introduce yourself and ask like simple questions. Hi, how are you? And I'm new in the city. I'm trying to make new friends and stuff like that. So simple phrases you makes like a huge connections. You don't need to be fluent in the language, but if you know like the key phrases, you can make like good connections.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha.
You know.
Now, are you planning on staying there in Switzerland permanently?
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm planning to now just get my stuff together and then see how it goes. Because my wife, she wants to move back to Brazil. She wants to be there for 6 months, and then we see how it goes.
Okay, all right. So you planning on going back to Brazil
Yeah,
in,
yeah.
in the
We
next
stay
six
there
months?
for a couple of months, then we come back. Travel. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So like you said, your son gonna have more stamps than 80, 90% of the people in the world already before he's
I
what
would
30 years
say,
old.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And
Yeah.
also, he loves to travel. Though he loves to travel.
Oh,
You know, yeah,
yeah.
he loves to travel. So there's another motivation for me to like keep grinding, working and stuff. Because if he likes to travel, travel costs money. So as he's young, me and my wife will have to pay for it. So
Right. Right.
as long as he's happy, we are happy. So
Definitely, definitely. And he gets exposed to different cultures at a young age. So he
exactly, yes, yes, for
yeah,
sure.
so what is he speaking first? Is he speaking Portuguese first, English
I
first?
speak. Actually, my wife is originally from Albania.
Okay.
My wife's from East Europe. East Europe,
Uh-huh.
and he's learning Albanian, German, and Portuguese.
Wow.
Yes, I speak Portuguese with him.
So is that like you speak Portuguese to him and your wife speaks Albanian to him? Is that
Actually, the grand speak Albanian. My wife speaks German.
wow. So he's getting bombarded with all three of them at a young age.
Yes, yeah. I mean,
And
he got speak my language. Like, yo, we have to respect me, man. If I'm talking to you, you have to know what I'm saying.
yeah.
I don't care what they're saying to you. You're my son. It's like I
Yeah.
don't give a.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got
we
to
have
know
to listen to me, not to them. I don't care.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah,
You
of
got to know
course.
who to respect me because if
Yeah,
I say something and
yeah.
you
If you
don't
hear my
understand,
voice, you know who you're talking to. You already
right?
know it.
Yeah, because
I
if
don't have
not,
to say it twice. You hear my voice, so you cannot just play. You don't know what I'm saying. Like, no, you know what I'm saying.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
play. You don't know what I'm saying.
Hey, look. If you don't understand what I'm saying, I can get the belt. The belt, the belt
Yeah,
speaks all
exactly.
the languages.
I don't know the belt speaks my language. You want to speak with the belt? Exactly. Exactly.
That's funny, man. That's funny, man.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, all right. I don't want to keep you too long. I'm gonna ask you like
It's
two or
all
three more.
good, man. Just take your time and the
Oh,
conversation's good. So unless if
okay.
you have to go, just let me know. No problem.
Okay. All right. All right. So first off, let everybody know how they can get in contact with you.
So y'all can contact me through Instagram, like Favela Brothers Tours, Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp. So in all these three social media platforms, you can find my WhatsApp number. So just hit me up if you just want to talk or want to know more about Brazil. So make yourself to hit me up.
Okay.
To
All
reach me
right.
out.
And what we'll do is we're gonna put the link to your Instagram and whatnot. And if that's the same for wanting to book a tour with you.
Yeah. So it's main. I would say mainly like through Instagram because now nowadays everybody has Instagram. Just like type Favela Brother Stores, then you just send me a message.
And it
You
just
know, it'll
pops
be a
up.
pleasure to get back to me. Yes, exactly. Because
Okay.
I'm still operating all the social media, so no worries. You're still talking to me. You're not talking to any other. You know,
Yeah.
because a lot of people send me a message. Who am I talking to? It's like you're talking to Obi. You know,
Yeah.
because I don't have a personal account.
Right.
Because since the beginning, I always thought about having a social media to make money, not to expose myself. I
Right.
expose myself to make money.
Right.
You know, so you're not gonna see beams in my face. You're gonna see the logo of my company. you
Right.
know.
Right. 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 Yeah. Yeah. You got to be friends with me on Facebook to see my personal life.
Yes,
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
exactly.
Yeah.
If you
It's
want to get
levels
to
to
know
it.
me, I can tell about, social media is for me to make money that
Yeah.
pays my bills. And that's it.
Yeah. So we got a question. Uh, who gave you the name Obi Wan? Because
Actually, it was a tourist that was staying at the guest house like back 10 years ago.
uh huh.
Because my name's Oberdan,
Uh huh.
and she couldn't pronounce my name. And once she called me like, "Can I call you Obi?" And since then, I just like she started calling me Obi. But I didn't come up with the idea of like Obi. Actually, it was somebody who called me Obi, and then I like it. And since then, I asked somebody to call me Obi because it's easier. It's a short version of my real name.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Because everybody would. Well, we were talking about it. We were trying to figure out. I was like, well, who gave him the name Obi Wan? I was like, because
Because my mother doesn't call me like Obi. I mean, she calls me Obi, but like daily, she would not call me like that. She will
no,
call
no.
by my real name.
Yeah, she called you
If
by
I
your
hear
name when
somebody
you got
call me
into
by my
trouble.
real name because they know me since I was a kid.
Uh huh.
Yes,
Yeah.
like yo, if you call by my real name, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. But everybody else knows you by Obi.
Oh yeah, I say like Obi is my stage name. You
Yeah.
know,
Now,
yeah, my stage name.
now, this is not relating to the Favela brothers, but this is more about a personal. Uh,
Yeah.
you are not a Flamingos fan.
No, I'm not a Flamengo fan. I'm a Botafogo fan.
Botafogo fan.
Botafogo, yeah. But actually, I've been more to Flamengo games than to Botafogo. Yes, I've been more to Flamengo games than to Botafogo games.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, because like I was thinking more about my business than about my passion as a fan. It's
Right.
like, yo, if people pay me to go to Flamengo, I'm gonna say I'm Flamengo.
Yeah.
I don't care, man.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
My free
yeah.
time, I'm Botafogo, but if I'm getting paid to say I'm Flamengo, I'm Flamengo. That's it. Yes,
No, no,
that
I
was the
get
whole point.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I get that. I get that. I know there's a big rivalry in
Yeah, but
Brazil
actually, the biggest
between
rivalry in Rio is Flamengo and Vasco.
yeah, yeah, that's crazy though. I
Flamengo and
didn't
Vasco.
I always thought it was what's the other team in São Paulo? Uh
Fluminense. No,
yeah,
actually, Flamengo and Corinthians.
Corinthians. That's what I always thought it was the biggest rival. But
But Flamengo and Vasco, a national derby is
uh
Flamengo and Corinthians.
wow, wow, wow.
Yes.
And uh speaking of that, Flamingo has been playing a lot of games in Eastern Europe now. They've been
Who,
playing
Flamengo?
yeah, they played a game in Spain.
No, it's
Uh
not Flamengo.
well, they've been playing they
The
played
Brazilian teams, they never been to Europe to play like matches. They don't play matches in Europe
mm,
because it's such a long way flight.
oh, it was
And
an Arab
they play
team.
almost like every 3 days. It doesn't make any sense. They come for a match, they fly 12 hours, play 90 minutes, then go back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I know they were talking about it because they had the sit down protest for the soccer player over there that was facing some type of backlash, racial black backlash, and the Flamingos.
That was Vinicius Junior. That was in
Okay.
Spain though.
Oh, it was in Spain.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And
Okay.
actually, and also another thing that I want to share with you guys.
Go ahead.
I've been here in Zurich for about a couple of years, and I mean, I would say 95% of people here are white, and I never face any racism here. It's most like for me to face racism in Brazil than here.
Okay. Now,
Yeah, for me, like that's my personal opinion,
now,
my
now,
person,
now,
like from my
now, you
perspective.
you touched on something that uh, we've been talking about amongst ourselves. Actually, we're probably going to do a show on it. But explain to people your opinion about racism in Brazil and how you see it.
Yeah, like the racism in Brazil is more like structural. You know, if you're from the favela, you don't mix up with someone who is from the city, for example, like Ipanema, Copacabana, Elbląg. And the favelas in Brazil is majority black people. I would say 95%. And in Brazil, they treat you by where you from, by your skin color, you know? And that's one of the things that really bothers me, like about being Brazilian and living here in Europe and see how the situation was in Brazil. And I've seen situation that people treated me better in Brazil because I said I was a business owner. People are like,
Okay,
oh, you have a business? Like, okay, so if I didn't have a business, you wouldn't treat me like what? You treat me like shit?
pretty
You
much.
know, so people really value for what you have there. You know, independently if you're black or white, because but I would say most of the black people I know in Brazil they don't really have like business or they don't like big things. I mean, some do, but in my circle, you know, and that was one of my motivations to grow my business and show to other black people that they can do the same as I did, or they can do even further. You know, because that's one of the things that we were lacking in Brazil is inspiration. Like
Yes,
I also want to inspire other black people that they can do the same as I did, or they can do even more. You know.
got you, got you. So so
You know.
so okay. So I'm gonna ask you another question. How did you meet Charles?
I
Like
met
like.
him just like through the other brothers. You know, like the tours and stuff. Like people pass the contact, and they just contact me, and that's how we met. You know.
Mm,
Because
because
like a lot of people was hit me up like, oh, I want to book a tour, I want to book a tour, and then he contacted me. He's like, I want to book a tour with you too, so why not? You know,
right. Now,
it's like through word of mouth.
right through the word of mouth. So
Yeah, exactly.
so so when after you met Charles and you got introduced to the Black Man's Option, of course we done numerous tours with you and everything.
Yeah,
But I want to ask you, how do you think that the people in Brazil responded when you had a tour with us and coming through the spots that you took us to? How did they respond to that? Because
how
I
they
know,
responded really like in such a positive way. They were really like inspired by you traveling
right.
because coming from like a place where I came from, like from a favela,
Hmm.
black people they don't really see other black people traveling, and they see like, yo, there are black travelers who go out of the country too. It's like yes, they're black like us. They're just not from here, but
Right.
they're from the US. So people got really inspired by seeing your guys there. That's one thing that's made me really happy. It's like see they're black like us. Like probably they came from the same perspective, but they made it out. But now they're here, and I'm pretty sure you can do the same.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys had a really good impact in the communities for sure.
Yeah. Because people
Really
don't
good impact.
they don't really believe that when we say, look, as you as an American black man, when you travel to these places where they still have racism, they
Yeah,
don't they appreciate seeing somebody with the same skin tone and complexion
exactly. You're
there
right.
that are our highest status. It came in and are higher status than most of the Brazilians.
And also one thing that I was trying to tell people there, like, do you see these guys? They're normal people like us, because they think the only big black Americans are like Jay-Z, 50 Cent, or LeBron James. Like,
Right.
no, these are normal guys like us.
Right. Yeah.
Like, no, no, this
Yeah.
guy, they don't know Jay-Z, they don't live in Brooklyn, because that's what people think. 50 Cent because you're from the US.
Right. Yeah,
Like,
exactly,
no, get to
exactly.
know this guy.
Yeah, it's kinda like, okay, 50 Cent. Well, I mean, you in Brazil, Lumita, or one of the other. Like,
No,
nah,
I don't know. I don't know
yeah,
Pelé. I
yeah,
don't know. Like
yeah,
what? Do you know like no? I don't know Pelé. That's
yeah.
what I'm trying to show to people. They're normal people like us. They're normal people. They do the same as you do. You know.
Right, right. With regular
Yeah,
guys,
but
well,
you're
we're
just
not
like
regular.
regular people. You know.
Right, right. We're regular people, but we put ourselves in a situation like you did to explore our options and work
Yeah,
hard.
exactly. You're right. Yes,
You know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And we left to go to look for a better life overseas,
Yes.
and to see things that most of us, or most of the people that we know, will never see, will never be able to experience.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah,
just brought up a good point. Yeah, just brought
yeah,
up a good point.
yeah. And it's not just like you said, lucky. It's we put ourselves in a position to experience these beauties and be able to travel and see things that most people won't. I mean, for me personally, it's always been about the adventure. I'm very adventurous. I want to go see something because I know how special it is to be able to go and travel to another country and experience their culture and have a different perspective. Because if you're in one
Yeah.
place like Hosina and you never leave Hosina, then you have a very
Oh
limited.
yeah, like I know a lot of guys in Rocinha. They living in Rocinha. They think there's like a road. I mean, of course, there is a road that it can either keep you there or can like let you go out.
Right.
So I explored the second option. So I grew in Rocinha, but I was like, yo, I cannot just be here forever. I wanna see the road outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't mean like you're born and raised in the hood. You have to stick with the hood until you die. you know,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
because
We have a lot.
some people
We
have
have that.
this mentality. No,
Oh, they
here's the
do.
best place in the world. I have everything I need here. Like, dude, if you go out of the hood, you can see much more.
Well, uh, that mentality is definitely prevalent, especially in certain areas in the United States as well. You have people
Like,
that have
no, I
never
have
left New
everything I
York.
need here. I have all my friends.
Right.
I
Yep.
make money for my shoes, for my clothes.
Yep.
I have my woman with me, and I'm happy. It's like, dude, you can't do much more than that, man.
Yeah. Exactly. You could do much more than that, but they're happy and they're comfortable. There's a
Yeah,
big
exactly. That's the whole point. Like, being a comfort zone is not good.
no, no. You have to be
Yeah, because
uncomfortable to
being
grow.
a comfort zone just make you like where you are and you don't grow, and you think you're good, but actually you're not. You can explore other options. You can grow as a person. Like in so many different ways, but your mentality holds you back.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
all about the mentality.
Right. And that's why it's
Yeah,
important to be around the right-minded people, like you said earlier. Um,
exactly.
Especially to
Yes.
get out of that,
Yeah.
what we call in the States, we call it a crab in the barrel bucket. So when you're trying to get out, you got
Oh
people that are
yeah,
trying to pull
yeah.
you
I know
back
what you
in.
mean. You come back and like, no, let me go,
Yeah,
man.
you can't go. You can't go, but I'm going.
Yeah.
Man.
You can. You gotta be one of us.
Yeah.
Like we need you here. Like,
Yeah,
no, I don't want to
exactly.
be with you.
Yeah. And it does something to them.
Yeah.
When you leave and you get out, then they have to look at themselves and say, well, hold up. Obi was able to make it out and live a life that he always dreamed of. Why
Yes.
can't you do it?
Exactly. That's the message that I want to pass to people there. That's the message I want. If I can impact one person, and I'm happy, man. I'm not here to say like I'm better than you, I did more than you. Like, no, I just want to inspire people. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
I just want to
Yeah.
inspire people. The same way I was inspired, I want to inspire other people.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And I think
Yeah,
that's
like
very
for me,
important.
that's the whole point.
Yeah.
Yes, for me, that's the whole point.
And especially for us being of African descent and being in places,
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
because
yeah, of
you're
course.
inspired when you see people that look like you doing the things that you want to do, and it
Like for
shows that they
example,
can do it too.
here in Zurich, basically I talk to all the black people I see on the streets. I don't know them, but we
Right.
are so few that when each
Hey,
another, yo man, I do it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
She's like that.
You
Yeah.
happy, right?
Like here, I see guys on the suit, like they're all nice. Yo, hey, bro. It's like, yo, man. It's like, kind of feel connected.
Yeah.
I see many guys on the suits, like walk all nice. It's like, yo, man. It's like, oh, cool, man. How you
Yeah. Hey, look at hey,
doing?
we have to start acknowledging each other where we go because we all we
Yeah,
got.
exactly. Like, yo, I was like, dude, I don't know you, but I support what you're doing. Like, I don't know you, I don't know where you came from, but I see in a position that you inspire other people.
Yeah.
That's my message I want to pass to these guys, even though I don't know them.
Right.
Like, thank
Right.
you, you inspire me, you inspire other people. Like, thank you, like, keep doing what you're doing.
And it's good energy. Like you said, it's good energy. When
Yeah,
you
of
put out good
course.
energy, you attract good people to you.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's
No matter.
one good thing that I like. Like being around here, I see all the black people. We talk to each other. Like even if just like a couple minutes.
Now, are all those black
It's
people
very
that you talk
inspiring.
to, are they from Brazil or are they from other parts of the
They're mostly
continent?
from Africa. Here in Europe, most of the black people are from Africa.
Okay. Okay.
I don't meet like Afro Brazilians here. Like
Yeah.
Afro Brazilians, like black Brazilians in Europe. It's mostly from Africa.
Now, see, that's
I
very.
say they're like they're the real brothers. They're not mixed.
What?
Like I say they're the real deal. They're
Hey,
not
look,
mixed.
look,
Like
look,
I'm
look.
mixed, but
Yeah.
they're the real one.
Yeah, well, yeah, we say that too, but you'd be surprised. Uh, in certain parts of the continent, anyway, they do have a certain segment that's mixed. They call them colored, which is something that we
Coloring,
had.
yes.
Yeah, they call them colored. They call themselves colored. I was like, no,
Exactly. And
yeah,
also
yeah.
there is another point. There's another point that I want to bring to the show that
Go ahead.
it took me some time to realize, but now being here, I really see that it's kind of like a problem in America. It's like in the North and South America,
Mm,
the terminology of Afro. Like for
mm,
example, if you're Brazilian, if you're white Brazilian, if you're born and raised in Brazil, you're Brazilian. But if you're
mm,
black, you're Afro Brazilian. Here
mm.
in Europe, if you're black, born in Germany, you're German.
Right.
Like if you're a black American, you're African American. Why don't you call it American? For me, these terms kind of makes it racist. It's like so much racism in this kind of term. It's like why black people here they're not considered Afro, this kind of Afro thing, but just part of the culture. And us, we need to be Afro Brazilian, Afro American, Afro Colombian. It's like, dude, we are all
Well,
the same. You know what I'm saying?
you know what? Now that I have been to the continent, I understand why I think the term is used because on the continent they're very tribal, so they know
Okay.
their roots. They when they belong to a tribe, say like in South Africa, you have Zulu. Zulu is a big tribe in South
Yes.
Africa, so they know that they're Zulu. They have their lineage. For
Yep.
us, we don't have that lineage because our lineage starts at the slave port at the auction. So
Yes.
I think a lot of us we want to identify because we know we come from the continent, so we want to identify with that, saying that we're Afro American, Afro Brazilian,
Oh, okay.
Afro Colombian. But I understand what you're saying. I am an American,
Because I know like black people come from Africa. We all know that.
right? Well, yeah,
you
but
know,
we know that, but
we know that.
there's a difference because we don't have that connection. And I always say Brazil has a bigger connection to Africa because there's more people of African descent there. And you definitely can see it in Salvador and places like
Like
that.
for example, if you ask me like what's your nationality, I say I'm Brazilian. I never say I'm Afro Brazilian.
Right, right.
I'm
But
feel part of the country. I'm part of the culture. I'm of
right,
everybody.
right, right.
I don't want to be different from other people. Like I'm was born in Brazil. I'm Brazilian.
Right,
I better say I'm Afro Brazilian because like I don't want to be different of from other cultures. Like for me, Brazil is like a melting pot. We're all mixed.
right.
If you
Of
go to the
course.
south, you're white. If you go north, you're black. It's like I don't want to be like distinguished by like no, I'm black. I'm Afro, so I need to be from the north.
Right, right.
Like for example, I had a situation here that I was in a restaurant. The guy asked me, "Are you from Bahia?" I said no. He thought I was from Bahia because I'm black, but I'm not from Bahia.
Yeah, and that's funny
That's what
because
I'm saying.
yeah, yeah,
Like
that,
I'm not from Bahia. It's like okay, you know, I know people in Bahia, but I'm not from Bahia.
right,
You know,
right,
that's why I don't really like this kind of terminology to kind of prejudge people. Oh,
right.
if you're a black, I think you're from the north.
Yeah,
If you're
yeah,
white, I think you're from the south. Like, dude, we're all Brazilians. You know, you're American. You're like, you can live anywhere. You can
yeah.
either live in Texas or live in New York. You're still
That's
black.
true.
You know, you're still part of the
That's
culture.
that's true. That's true. And we are part of American culture. Uh,
Yes.
yeah.
You
Hip
know,
hop is
you pay your taxes. You work there. You contribute to make the country better. So
of course,
who
of
are they
course.
to say they are better than you or you're better than them? Like, dude, you just said like American. You know.
Yeah, and like you said, it is a term that people of color gravitate to, but at the same time, I'm an American of African descent. That
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
how I
Exactly. Okay.
phrase
I'm
it.
Brazilian Afro descent. Yes.
Right,
I'm
exactly.
saying.
And that's how I
Yes.
identify myself. But you're right. When you go to other
Exactly.
countries, people identify you with your nationality, and they don't know what Afro American or Afro Brazilian is. They know that you're an American of African descent.
Like for example, if you look at my son is a light skin with blue eyes, and I'm black.
Right.
And what he's gonna say? He's Afro Swiss, Afro
Yeah.
Brazilian. What
Yeah.
is
I
he
don't
gonna
know.
say?
Hey, look here.
I mean, his dad is black, man. Like, yo,
Yeah. 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 They're gonna be
his
like, yeah.
mother is white. So what
Are
you
you
what
sure?
you gonna say?
They're gonna say, yeah, that's your
What
daddy.
like what
Like,
are you? You're
yeah.
black or you're white? Can you tell me what are you? You know?
Yeah, definitely, definitely, man. Hey, that's crazy. That's crazy. But you know what?
Yes. Yeah.
Um, but it's something that happened. It happened for us in the States because we were going through our civil rights movement and we wanted to
Oh yeah,
identify.
no, you understand. Yeah, I
Yeah,
fully understand. Yeah, I
yeah.
fully understand.
But it's morphed into something else. So,
Yeah, of
um,
course.
but speaking of that, as an American, we know that a lot of our music and our culture is influenced throughout the rest of the world. How do you
Yes.
think? How do you think the current state of Brazil, as far as music, hip hop, and stuff? How much of that do you think has been influenced by American culture?
A lot, especially like the rap culture,
Yeah,
like trap rap culture. You know, the guys how they talk, how they dressed. You know,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And you know
it's
what?
100% influenced by the American culture.
Now
You
you know what's
know,
the crazy thing
like the
is.
rhymes. I mean,
Go ahead.
they don't rap in English, but if you translate what they rap in American, what they rap in Brazil is the same.
Oh
You know,
man.
but like just I would say like just in a different scales. Because
Okay.
in the US, the rappers they make like millions, like they make a lot of money
Right.
because they expand their music worldwide because
Right.
everybody speaks English. In Brazil, they only do music in Brazil.
Mm.
Yeah, because like how many countries around the world speaks Portuguese? Of course, like Portugal in some countries in Africa.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure if they do music in Portuguese and English, and they can make much more money.
Right.
They already make good money, but if they know English, they can make much more.
Yeah. Now, you know what the funny thing is? In Madrido, they have this outside. What do you call it? Like an outside club where they do coordinated
Viaduto,
dance moves. Yeah, yeah, but
viaduto
they're
de
doing it
Madeira.
to like 80s and 90s R&B music. And I never
Yeah, I
understood that. I'm,
know.
I'm trying
I
to figure
know.
that out. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, so uh there isn't any type of Brazilian music that you could do it to, but it's like all the music that they listen to and they dance off is like old school R&B. And I tell guys, I say that's an influence. I said because they're listening to our old music still, whereas we don't even.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure most of the people they don't even know what the guys are saying in the song.
But they damn sure dancing to it and having a
They
good
don't
time.
care, man. They just like enjoying the flow of the music, you know, enjoying the vibe. They don't really have to speak English to enjoy the music, you know. They just like, you know, listening to it and that's it. Yeah, I
But
really like Madureira though. I really like
yeah,
how they dress, you know. They
yeah,
dress like Americans, how they like, yo, what up? You know?
yeah.
Just I really like that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
really like it.
that's funny. That's funny
And it's
because
kind of funny because like Madureira is not considered like a favela. It's not like a favela. It's just like a regular neighborhood in the
Uh-huh.
north zone.
Yeah.
And the people from that area, they have like completely different mentality from the people from the favelas.
Really?
Yes, because you went to Rocinha, they only listen to funk music and pagode. They
Oh,
don't listen to the same music as people in Madureira.
really?
They don't do it. No, they don't do it. Like even though like Korea is such a big city, geographically it's kind of like segregated. If you live in the north zone, you listen to a certain type of music. If you live in the south, you listen to a completely different type of music. It's not the
Wow.
same.
Wow. That's
Yes.
now
For
that
me
I
to listen to that music, I have to go to Madrid. I have to get out of Rocinha and go there because they don't bring stuff that to the favelas.
wow. So that's
Yeah,
crazy. That's crazy
yeah,
because uh I know the guy that owns Casa Black, Rodrigo, he
yeah,
he talks about uh the influx of Americans coming to Madedo, specifically his club, where he had to
yeah.
expand it like
Which is
three
nice.
times.
Yeah, it's good for for his club.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But and also coming to Maedo to like just hang out. And that's one of the places they hang out because they play American music and it's funny to see them doing dance routines to American music. And I'm like, so even though you might not understand what's being said, you still enjoying the vibe. And that
yes, yeah.
and that is so
That's what most of
fly.
the people do. Yeah, they just go to enjoy the like the Saturday night. I would say because like every Saturday
Yeah.
they just go to enjoy the Saturday night.
Yeah, and it seems like everybody's just out and about. They're having a good time. There's no
Yeah.
real trouble or
No
whatnot.
real trouble. That's one
Yeah.
thing I like about Brazil. People don't like look for trouble for no reason. And also, I remember one time I brought a group of like American girls to Madureira, Viaduto de
Uh-huh.
Madureira.
Uh-huh.
And of course, I've been to Brazil many times.
Yeah.
If you step on somebody's foot, just say sorry. And that's it, it's over. If you bump to somebody, sorry. I'm not gonna like, you know, and they're
Uh-oh.
all
Go ahead.
drunk, and like somebody just stepped on their foot, and they say sorry, and they want to look for a fight. I said, "Yo, you're not in your country.
Yeah.
Listen, yo." I said, "Listen, these people, they all speak Portuguese, and you don't know what they're saying. I know what they're saying, but I'm not gonna step into be on your side, and they're gonna kick my ass because I'm trying to like, to make all this up, and they're good, you're good, and don't look for fight. Because if you
so
look for fight, they're gonna beat your ass, and I'm just gonna bring you back. Because don't expect for me to jump into a fucking fight for no reason. Yeah, they
okay.
said like you're not in the U.S., so chill the fuck out. Like yo, just enjoy your night, and that's it.
Okay. So
You
so
know?
that's funny that you said that. Because I'm gonna ask you another question. But for everybody that's watching, basically what he said is he took a group of American black women to a spot in Maduredo. They had an incident where somebody stepped on their shoes or bumped them, and instead of them just saying "excuse me" and moving forward, they did what most ratchet
So
APWs
like yo,
do. They want to start
if
a
you
fight,
fight, that's
act
all
a
I do.
fool. They're gonna fuck around, find out. And like Obi was trying to tell them, this is not your country. You don't speak the language, and you should govern yourselves accordingly because you're gonna get that ass whooping Portuguese style, and all he gonna do is take you back to the room and drop you off and say, send you on your way. So now tell me about your experiences with doing tours with African American women compared to doing them with African American men.
Oh yeah, I would say like to go on a tour with the guys is way more chill. Like with the woman was kind of like was a good experience and it was like also a challenge at the same time. Because they're super demanding. And one thing I was like, yo, don't be super demanding because you're like, yo, just chill. It's
Yeah.
just like super demanding. I want to do this. I want to do this at my times. Like, yo, don't act like that. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to figure out what we all can do at the same time, and everybody be happy. You enjoy your time. And for me, it was like a challenge. It was a good challenge though. I would say. I know it was not. I mean, I had some rough time, but it
Right.
grew me, made me learn to improve in my business.
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
definitely. You want to be able to get the money, improve your business, but
exactly.
just your observations. between their behavior
Yeah, and also
when you
one
out
thing,
and
like
about.
I've spoke to many American guys, like before I met my wife, I
Uh-huh.
was not even to American woman. How they behave was not my type.
Yeah, yeah,
you
of
know,
course. It's not my type either.
I was like, that was not really my type. Like about being demanding, about like this kind of like empowered woman. It's
Yes,
like, yo, just do what you gotta
strong and
do. Just
independent.
get me out of your all your yes,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
your
yeah,
bullshit. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yes, I was not into that. That's from
When
my side though. I'm not even from the U.S. It's just like my perspective, how I see, how they were behaving was
yeah,
like such a big turnoff. It's like, yo, I'm just doing this for the money.
yeah, 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 yeah. Well,
You
we
know?
just want to give. Yeah. No, 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 no. We just want to share your experiences,
Yeah, of
give up
course.
your perspectives and whatnot. But we definitely know that you have a lot of American black women that do business with you. So there's no
Yeah,
harm, no foul, nothing like that. We just want to know,
yeah.
based on your interactions with them, how they compare to doing tours with us and them, and just little incidents like that. Because
Uh,
we talk about how to conduct yourself when you go overseas because people are watching you and they do make an assessment of
yeah, of
you,
course.
especially as a black American man, because everything that comes out of the United States about us is negative. So when we go overseas, we want to represent a good image. And
Yeah, exactly. Like the
yeah,
good image. You don't want to show the bad image they put
no,
out there. Yeah.
no. So we already know about all that stuff. But that's just interesting that you said that, and I'm going to talk about that in another conversation. But no, we're not going to do anything uh derogatory here. It's just interesting to have some another person's perspective
Yeah.
outside the United States of what's really going on. So
And I met like a lot of people throughout these years, and made me to be who I am today. And I learned a lot, man. I learned a lot.
hey, look,
So
experience
many
is the
different
best
ways,
teacher.
different perspectives. I learned a lot throughout all these years.
Yeah. So all right, well I tell you what, Obi man, we've been on for about an hour or so. Uh I'm going to give you some final thoughts. Anything you want to share
That's cool.
with everybody here, man, and and then you know when I have another conversation, then I'll let you go. But I do, first and foremost, I do appreciate you taking the time from your busy schedule to come and talk to us, man. I ain't had a chance to talk to you in a while. I just been watching you,
Yeah.
chopping it up, and being happy for you
Thank
and
you.
your success. Um, but I want you to give us anything that you want to share with our audience, anything that you want us to
So
know.
basically, I want to thank you all for watching the show. Like it's been a success. And thank you for having me. To share my story with you. All my the things I've been through, like doing the tours and also my personal life. I just want to thank you for everything. You always can count on me if you ever go back to Brazil. If you need like people to hook you up with, like with the tours, to even to buy the tickets to go see Flamengo. I still
Yes.
have all the connects in Brazil,
Uh
so
huh.
no worries. I'm putting my name on it. So if I put you in touch with people there because I trust them, you can always count on me. You can call me anytime. You can drop a message. We can just talk. Because I've been here for a couple of years and I don't have many friends. Because it's kind of hard to make friends here, but it is what it is. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. So if you want to just have a conversation, you know, just let me know. Just drop me a message.
Will do, man. Definitely gonna do that, man. Like I said, we consider you family. So,
Yeah, same.
any, yeah, anything you need from us, man, please let us know. We're gonna
Yeah, for sure. And also, if you ever come to Zurich, if you nearby, just hit me up. Just send me a message. Yeah, if you
yeah,
ever come here, like nearby, just send me a message. Or if you go to Brazil, I still have my company running there, so I can give some tips. I can still book you the tours and all that stuff. So
okay, definitely. I mean, you're the only person that we're gonna ever use when we're in Brazil. So we got your contact.
yeah,
It's all good. and we good to go. But with that being said, hey Obi, I appreciate you, man. Wish you much love and success in your future endeavors. And like you said, if you ever need anything
Thank
from
you.
us, man, let us know. You know how to get in contact with us.
This is my son, bro.
Oh, hold on. Hey, little man. Oh yeah, that's Obi all day.
Yeah.
Well, all right, let you go, man. I appreciate you, man. You be
Okay.
easy, man.
Take care. Bye. Peace.
All right, peace.
Take care. Bye.
Hold on for 1 second here. We're gonna get this thing. And that, my friends, was my man Obi-Wan, Favela Brothers, founder, owner, good friend to the Black Man's Option. And I really want to appreciate him taking the time to share his experiences and whatnot. Um, it's good to see people be successful, no matter what nationality, background it came from, especially melanated Black men. And for a long time, they always say that what we can't do. And here you have a brother that came from a favela, which is the equivalent of a ghetto here in the United States, able to escape poverty, the constraints, and the influence of the people that wanted to keep him suppressed. And he was able to elevate himself out of a situation. And now he's able to travel the world. You've seen a brief picture with his beautiful wife and his kid, his son. His son is already going to be ahead of the game. He's already been to more countries than most people have ever been to, and he's not even 3 years old yet. I want to emphasize the importance of us as Black men being able to work together, no matter what continent we're on, and for us to strive to work together so that we can have something better for our children and our children's children. And Obi is just another example of what we always stress, is to network and build with each other. We've been able to support Obi, and Obi have done everything to support us. And that is a reciprocal relationship, and we value it very much. The bottom line is, don't let the people around you hold you back. Don't let the people around you tell you something that you can't do, because Obi demonstrated that anything is possible if you put your mind to it, and if you surround yourself with the right people and have the same mindset. I appreciate everybody coming out tonight. Stay tuned for the after show, where we'll have some of the BMO brothers and other people chop it up, talk about what transpired here, and give their feedback and their interactions with Obi and share their stories. Stay tuned, and thank you for coming out tonight. Fly us out of here, Jay.
Everybody in here was picked, selected, chosen. You are a difference maker. You're special. You are somebody. You're a conduit of change. And that's what we're going to do, change things. I don't know if y'all know it, but we're going to win. I don't know if you feel it, but we're going to win. I don't know if you can see it, but we're going to win. You got to understand we're going to win right now, not later, right now. Everybody in here is a change agent. We could go down the line and every last one of you have a story how you provoke change wherever you've been, in some form or fashion. It ain't no normal guys in here. Everybody's been through something, they come out of it, but you changed the game wherever you've been. Am I right or wrong? You just got to believe. I believe it. You got to believe it.
This is Charles Tyler over at the Black Man's Option. Remember, I showed you the door, only you can walk through it. Let's see what the world is all about. Charles Tyler, sign off for the Black Man's Option. Check y'all later.